Making things move. Computer games are all about firing, dodging, catching, and escaping. Characters might run, fly spaceships, or drive fast cars. To create great games in Scratch, you first need to learn how to make sprites move. Motion blocks. The dark blue motion blocks make sprites move. Start a new project by clicking the File menu and choosing New. The new project begins with the cat in the middle of the stage, ready for action. Scratch won't let sprites walk off the stage, so you'll never lose us. First steps. Drag the Move 10 Steps block from the Motion section of the blocks palette and drop it into the Scripts area to its right. Each time you click the block, the cat moves. Click the white window on the block and type in a different number to change how far the cat moves. Keep on moving. Drag a yellow Forever block from the blocks palette and drop it around the Move 10 Steps block. Click the green flag on the stage to run the program. The cat moves until it hits the edge of the stage. Add this block to tell Scratch when to start running the script. The Forever block repeats anything inside it endlessly. Bouncing. Drag an If on Edge Bounce block inside your Forever block. Now the cat bounces when it hits the edge of the stage. The cat is upside down when it walks to the left. Try changing 10 to 30 to make the cat sprint. This block makes the cat turn around when it hits the edge of the stage. Expert tips. Rotation styles. Find the cat in the sprites list in the bottom left of the screen. Click the I button in the top left of the frame. Here you'll find a button to change the cat's rotation style, so it doesn't walk around on its head. The cat faces the direction it's walking in, sometimes upside down. The cat faces left or right and is always the right way up. The cat doesn't rotate at all. Which direction? The cat is now marching left and right across the screen. It's possible to change the cat's direction so it walks up and down or even diagonally. The motion blocks can be used to make a game of cat and mouse. The direction -90 means left. The compass. Directions are measured in degrees from 0 at the top. You can use any number between -179 and +180. Heading the right way, drag the Point in Direction block into the Scripts area and open its drop-down menu. There are 4 directions to choose from. Or, click on the number in the window and type in a new direction. Click the block to make the cat change direction. Select or type in a new number to change the direction of the cat. The drop-down menu gives you 4 options. The cat will follow the mouse pointer. Cat and mouse. Remove the Move 10 Steps and If on Edge Bounce blocks from the script. Now drag a Point Towards block into the Forever block. Open the menu and choose Mouse Pointer. Click the green flag to start the program. As the mouse pointer moves, the cat turns to face it. Chase the mouse. Can the cat catch the mouse? Drag a Move 10 Steps block into the Forever loop. Now the cat walks towards the mouse pointer. Adjust the number of steps to change the cat's speed. Remember, sprites. They are objects in a Scratch program that you can move around. Every new project starts with the cat sprite, but you can add cars, dinosaurs, dancers, and all sorts of other sprites from the library. You can even have a go at designing your own. Costumes. To change what a sprite looks like, its expression or its position, you need to change its costume. Costumes are pictures of a sprite in different poses. Changing costumes. Different costumes can make your sprite look like it's moving its arms and legs, When you switch between the cat's two costumes, it looks like it's walking. Start a new project and try this example. Different costumes. Click on the Costumes tab to see the cat's costumes. They show the cat with its legs and arms in two different positions. Make the cat walk. Add the script to make the cat walk. When it moves, it slides across the screen without moving its legs because its picture always stays the same. The colors remind you where to find the blocks. Change the cat's costume. Add the next costume block from the looks section of the blocks palette so the cat changes its costume with each step. This makes its legs and arms move. This picks the next costume, pauses so the costumes aren't changed too quickly. Dancing ballerina. Now try making a ballerina dance. Add the ballerina sprite from the library. Select your cat in the sprite list and drag its script onto the ballerina in the sprite list. This copies the script to the ballerina. Drop the script onto the ballerina in the sprite list. The green flag starts the ballerina's dance. Ballerina's script. The same script works for the ballerina and the cat. The ballerina has four costumes and she uses them all as she dances on the stage. Expert tips. Switching. You can choose to show a specific costume for your sprite using the Switch Costume To block. You can use this block to choose a particular position for your sprite. Switch costumes. Use the menu in the block to choose a costume. Switch backdrops. Change the picture on the stage with this block. Adding speech bubbles. You can add speech bubbles to make your sprites talk when they change costumes. Use the Say Hello for 2 seconds block and change the text in it to make your sprite say something else. The ballerina stands up. The ballerina says up. She crouches down and says down. Hide and seek. Welcome to the Special Effects Studio. Using the purple looks block, find out how to make sprites vanish and reappear, grow and shrink, fade in and out. Hiding sprites. To make a sprite disappear, use the hide block. The sprite is still on the stage and it can still move around, but it can't be seen unless the show block is used to make it visible again. Use the hide block to make sprites disappear in games. Hide and show. To make a sprite vanish, use the hide block. When you're ready for it to be seen again, use the show block. These blocks are found in the looks section of the blocks palette. Disappearing cat. Try this script using the cat sprite. It disappears and reappears, but it keeps moving, even when you can't see it. This block hides the cat. This block rotates the cat clockwise. The cat still moves while even when hidden. This block shows the cat again. Expert tips showing sprites. Select the sprite in the sprite list, click the I button on it to open the information panel. There, you can also use the show tick box to show or hide a sprite. Sizes and effects. Scripts can be used to change the size of a sprite and add special effects to it. Type in positive numbers to make sprites bigger and negative numbers to make them smaller. Higher numbers make sprites bigger and lower numbers makes them smaller. 100 is the normal size. Changing a sprite's size. These two blocks can be used to make a sprite bigger or smaller, either by a set amount or by a percentage of its size. Choose the type of effect from the drop-down menu. The pixelate effect makes the sprite become blurred. Then change the number in the block to set how strong the effect is. Each color is represented by a number. Change the number to set the color. Resets all effects. Adding graphic effects. The graphic effects in Scratch can be used to change a sprite's appearance or distort its shape. They're fun to experiment with. Using effects to teleport. Add a ghost sprite from the fantasy category of the sprite library and create the script shown below. It makes the ghost appear to teleport when clicked. You'll never know when I'll appear next. The ghost effect makes the sprite fade slightly by repeating this block 20 times. The sprite fades away completely. This operation block selects a random horizontal position. This block selects a random vertical position. This block makes the ghost move slowly, hidden from view. Using this block makes the sprite fade back in. Events. The brown events block in Scratch starts scripts when certain things happen. For example, when the user presses a key, clicks a sprite, or uses a webcam or microphone. Clicking. A sprite can be added to a sprite. A script can be added to a sprite that makes it do something if the sprite is clicked while the program is running. Experiment with different blocks to see what a sprite can do when clicked. Drag this block from the Events menu to start the script. The cat sprite already has the sound effect attached to it. Click a sprite. This script makes the cat sprite meow until when you click it. Lingo. What is an event? An event is something that happens, such as a key being pressed or the green flag being clicked. The blocks that look for events go at the top of a script. The script waits until the event happens and then it runs. Key presses. Programs can be built to react when different keys on the keyboard are pressed. For another way of using the keyboard that's better for creating games. Choose the key here, say hello. Add this script to a sprite. When the H key is pressed, the sprite says hello. Choose the key here. Change the text here. Say goodbye. This script uses the G key to make a sprite say goodbye. Sound events. If your computer has a microphone, sprites can detect how loud the sounds in a room are on a scale of 0, very quiet, to 100, very loud. Use the when loudness more than 10 block to make a script start when the sounds are loud enough. Expert tips. Asking permission. Scratch asks for permission to use your webcam and microphone. When the box pops up, click Allow. Make the cat sensitive to noise. Start a new project and add the Room 3 backdrop image from the backdrop library. Drag the cat sprite onto the chair and add the script shown here. Change the number to 40. This makes the cat jump up. This makes the cat fall back down. Shout at the cat. Shout into the microphone. The cat will jump out of its seat with fright and meow. It will also respond to music and other sounds if they are loud enough. Webcam motion detector. If you have a webcam, it can be used with Scratch too. Add the script to the cat and when you wave at it through the webcam, it will meow back. Change the number to 40. Detect motion. Use the when loudness more than 10 block. Click the menu to change loudness to video motion. The script will start when you're moving around enough. Expert tips. Backdrop changes. A sprite can react to the backdrop changing. For example, you can have a backdrop that makes the sprite disappear. Upload a new backdrop from the stage list in the bottom left of the screen, and then add the when backdrop switches to backdrop 1 block to do this. Choose the backdrop here, hides the sprite when the backdrop changes. Simple loops. A loop is a part of a program that repeats itself. The loop blocks from the control section tell Scratch which blocks to repeat and how many times. They save us from adding the same blocks over and over again. Forever loop. Whatever you put inside the forever block repeats itself forever. There's no option to join anything at the bottom because a forever loop never ends. No option to add more scratch blocks. Looping forever. When the last block inside the loop ends, the loop goes back to the start again. Drop blocks inside this loop to repeat the actions forever. When the actions finish, the program goes back to the start of the loop again. Repeat loop. To repeat an action a certain number of times, use a repeat 10 block. Change the number in it to set how many times the loop will repeat itself. Add the dinosaur 1 sprite to make a new project and build it this script. Change the number to 3. The sprite stands up straight. The sprite stands on one leg. You can add more blocks after a repeat loop. Dancing Dino. When the green flag is clicked, the dinosaur dances. He repeats his dance moves 3 times. Remember, loop block shape. The loop blocks are shaped like jaws. Drop the blocks that you want to repeat into the jaws so the loop wraps around them. As you add more blocks, the jaws stretch to make room for them. Nested loops. Loops can also be nested, which means they can be put inside each other. In this script, the dinosaur finishes his dance by walking right and left and then thinking for a moment. When he's got his breath back, he dances again and stops only when you click the red button. Try giving me some looping music. Click on the green flag above the stage to start the script. Loops in loops. This forever loop has several repeat loops inside it. Make sure the blocks are inside the right loops, otherwise the program won't work properly. The forever loop, the forever block surrounds everything. The previous dance move, see opposite. The dinosaur moves 3 steps to the right. The dinosaur moves 3 steps to the left. This block creates a short pause. Type in what you want the dinosaur to think. It will appear in a thought bubble. Pens and turtles. Each sprite has a pen tool that can draw a line behind it wherever it goes. To create a picture, turn on the pen and then move the sprite across the stage like moving a pen across paper. Pen blocks. The dark green blocks are used to control the pen. Each sprite has its own pen that can be turned on by using the pen down block and turned off using the pen up block. The size and color of the pen can also be changed. Playing with pens. Experiment with how you can use the pen blocks to make drawings. Draw a square. To draw a square, you simply put the pen down on the stage and then move the sprite in a square shape. Use a loop to draw the 4 sides and turn the corners. The sprite will leave a line behind it. Makes it easier to see what's happening. Change the shape. This code will draw a square. To draw a triangle, change the repeat loop to repeat 3 times for the 3 sides and change the turn from 90 to 120 degrees. Skywriting. In this program, you control a plane. As you fly, it will leave a smoke trail so you can draw in the sky. Start a new project and add the plane sprite. Then add the script. You can only use colors that appear on the Scratch interface. To select red, click in the square and then click on the red stop button above the stage. Flying high. Use the left and right keys to turn the plane. Switch on the smoke with the A key and turn it off with the Z key. Press the space bar to clear the sky. Makes the line thicker, keeps the plane on stage, keeps the plane moving. Lingo. Turtle graphics. Using sprites to draw pictures is called turtle graphics. That's because there's a type of robot called a turtle that can be moved around the floor to draw pictures. The first programming language to use turtle graphics was called Logo. Rotates right, rotates left, turns the pen on, turns the pen off, clears the pen trail. Variables. In coding, a variable is the name for a place where you can store information. They're used to remember things such as the score, player's name, or a character's speed. Storing data. Variables are like boxes where you can store different bits of information for use in your program. Creating a variable. You can create a variable to use in your program using the data section of the blocks palette. Once a variable has been created, new blocks appear in the blocks palette ready for you to use. Make a variable. First, click the data button in the blocks palette, then select the Make a Variable button. Name the new variable. Give the variable a name that will help you to remember what it does. Select which sprites will use the variable, then click OK. Type in a name for your variable. Choose whether the variable will be used by all sprites or just the one selected. A new variable is created. Once a new variable has been created, new blocks appear in the blocks palette. The menus inside these blocks let you select which variable they apply to, if you have created more than one. Tick to show the variable on the stage. The variable blocks can be used inside other blocks. Use this block to give the variable a value. Change the value of a variable using this block. A negative number will decrease its value. Using a variable. Variables can be used to change a sprite's speed. This simple script shows you how. Set the value of a variable. Create this script. Use the set steps to 0 block and change the number to 5. Drag the move 10 steps block into the script, but drop the steps variable block over the 10. This sets the value of the steps variable to 5. Here, steps mean 5, as the value has been set above. Set my speed using the set steps to 0 block. Changing the value of a variable. Use the change steps by 1 block to increase the value of the variable steps by 1. Put it inside the forever block so the cat keeps on getting faster. The steps variable keeps on increasing as the forever loop goes round and round. Deleting variables. When you no longer want a variable, right-click on it in the blocks palette and then select Delete Variable. You'll lose any information that was in it. Expert tips. Read-only variables. Some variables are set by Scratch and can't be changed. They're still variables though, because their values vary. These blocks are known as sensing blocks. Tracks the distance to something, such as the mouse pointer. Reports the number of the costume a sprite is wearing. Tells you which direction a sprite is traveling in. Maths. As well as storing numbers and variables, Scratch can be used to carry out all sorts of calculations using the operator blocks. Doing sums. There are 4 operator blocks that can be used to do simple calculations. These are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Addition. The plus block adds the two numbers in the block together. Subtraction. The minus block subtracts the second number from the first. Printing results. The think block is used here to print the result. Drag a think block into the scripts area and drop a plus block inside it. Now add two numbers together and watch your sprite think the answer. Multiplication. Computers use the asterisk symbol for multiplication because X looks like a letter. Division. There's no division sign on the keyboard, so Scratch uses the slash forward slanting symbol instead. Results in a variable. For more complex calculations, such as fixing the sale price of an item, instead of just using numbers, you can use the value of a variable in a sum. The result can be stored in a variable too. Variables are useful if you want to repeat the same sum with different values. Create a variable. Go to the data section of the blocks palette and create two variables, sale price and price. Set the price. Select the Set Price block and fix the price of an item to 50. Use the drop-down menu to select price. Calculate the sale price. Use the script to calculate half the price of an item and set it as the sale price. Drag the price variable into the window to divide the price by 2. Add the slash block inside the set sale price block. Random numbers. The pick random block can be used to select a random number between two values. This block is useful for rolling dice in a game or when you want to mix up a sprite's costume.